everybody. Storm and Rain are here today and they got new treats and toys. Got a full bag of them right here. Full bag. Guys, I don't know if you looked at the prices of toys for dogs, especially these large dogs. Man, it's out of control. We went shopping yesterday and the day before because we've had a lot of super chats. And so, shout out to Haas, one of our huge supporters for the dogs. Um, Basically purchased everything that they're getting today. So we're gonna go through and see what we got, and they're excited. They can't wait. Storm wanted to stay inside the house and kind of sleep it off this morning, but I coaxed her out with the promise of new toys and new treats. So we're gonna go through all the toys in just a second, but just if you're new to the channel, just give you a brief update of what's going on. First of all, I have a Rottweiler and a Connie Corso. And the Rottweiler is the oldest, and then the Connie Corso is a young one. Right now, the Rottweiler is kind of suffering a little bit from her knee injury, which we're debating about surgery, whether or not she'll need it or not. I mean, so far, keeping her a little bit more immobile has given her a lot of her usage back, I guess. You know, you can see how she's still kind of playing on her knee right now, but obviously I limit how much she does. I'm not letting her really roughhouse like she does with the Connie Corso because this guy is big. That dog is a huge dog. So if he jumps on top of her, it could be kind of traumatic a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And so, I mean, she loves this. I mean, they love to play tug of war like that. But so I can't wait to see this is what I'm talking about, where he jumps on top of her. She's doing okay right now, but we're keeping an eye on it. But yeah, so today's all gonna be about toys, all the stuff that we got from Walmart and Petco yesterday, and it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. And so anytime I give my dogs any treats, I don't just give it to them. They actually have to work for it, and that's a nice little trick. If you ever have a dog and you give them treats, it's better for them to work for it. Okay, don't ever just be like, here's a bunch of treats. Let's get fat, everybody. You know what I mean? You want to let them work for it. I mean, it's more meaningful to them as well. It's like going to work every day and not getting paid, or the other way around, which is not working for. Hey, what's going on, Neon Dragon? How are you? So yeah, so we're really super excited today. I mean, we're gonna have treats galore. And so one of the things that we bought, thank you so much, Lily says, so cute. Sub streamer, what's going on, JR Chess Kid? Pet him. Yeah, we'll pet him. So Neon, we're gonna pet him in just a second. And Lily says hi. What's going on? Jacob, what's going on? Black Jesus says Trump or Biden, my love. We're not going down that way. That's a quick way to have a lot of debates, and we don't want to have debates because today's about treats and hey. So you guys, so if you watch me calm them down, it's because I don't want them to play too rough today. Nope. So sorry guys if I'm doing a lot of yelling, because normally I'd want them to play, but since the Rottweiler's kind of got some little bit of knee injury, if you watch closely, you can see she's protecting that back right leg. I'm sorry. So I think with this tug of war, I'm okay with that, but the running and jumping and all this stuff, I'm not in favor of that. So Black Jesus says I'm out. He didn't like the fact that I didn't commit. Lisa says, hello, sweetheart, how are you? Also to your two buddies, hello, good morning. Mr. NASCAR guy. Oh no, it's okay, my man. The dogs do that sometimes. Yeah, it's no, I'm okay with them playing rough, but see, she's kind of. I think a lot of her reaction is she's trying to protect that leg. Yeah, I'll show you in just a second. She's gonna start limping in a minute, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like in normal circumstances, I would be okay with it, but not with her having a hurt knee. And she basically tore her ACL. That's what it was. That's what it is. Denise Hernandez. Good morning. Amir says, "Aw." Melusina says, "Is that Chop from GTA?" Jacob is laughing. Shannon, hey, what's going on, Shannon? Thank you so much, Mira. They're so cute. Fabian, what's going on, Fabian? Stormy. Oh, she's got to go pee. We'll let her pee in peace. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we bought yesterday. Storm, baby, come check out what we got. Come look. Look at what we bought for you guys. You need to thank Haas. Haas has been amazing. Haas has basically funded all of this stuff that we have going on today. So let's see what we got. We got a hey, you can't jump ahead of the game, buddy. He's like, what is that? What is that? So we got a Nylabone. So this is mainly for Storm because Storm, she's a big chewer, but more so than that, she likes to destroy and she likes to ingest. So giving her these Nylabones is a lot harder for her to ingest. She is limping now. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm trying to watch out for, Jacob. Yes, I'm bald. I'm a bald guy. Suryaya said asking if I was bald or not. Yo, what's up, Castell? Storm, are you gonna come see with the rest of the toys? Stormy, come see what else you got. Come here. She's like walking off. She's like, you're taking way too long. Do you want this Nylabone? Do you want the bone? Rain's like, I want it. Hey. There you go. She's like, no, that's my bone. So, Rain, look what I got for you, buddy. You get the s'mores. Oh, don't hit me with your toy. You got s'mores, buddy. So she's actually gonna take the package off for me. She's gonna do the work for me. Actually, it's way more fun for her to rip stuff apart. I'll pick up the trash later, but you know, she got her new bone. She's happy. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. She gave us a smile. She's like, thank you. Okay, buddy, here's yours. He's like, give me mine. Give me mine. Okay, in just a minute, once they've kind of had a chance to explore their new toys, I may take his package off. He's not much of a... Well, I shouldn't say that. Let's see what he does. He may actually take the package off. I mean, she loves it. She's all about it. Let me shred that package really, really well for you real quick. And then I'll enjoy the bone. This is perfect. They love this. So Jacob, the pool is for the family, but I do let them jump in the pool occasionally. But it's usually at the end of once the family's done swimming, I let them jump in because they take over. These guys are so big, mainly this Rottweiler. She takes over the entire pool, and it's not fun because she'll come after you. She's just kind of trying to get close to you, but when she swipes her paws and stuff, oof, it's just so much better for them to like let the family do their thing. Everybody swims. Once we're done, then they can take over the pool. I guess it does matter. What is she talking about? Sir, why does it matter? Okay, what are we talking about? Jackson, I have a silver lab named Stormy. Oh, Jackson, cool. That's awesome. What happened to her? So Henry, she has a ACL tear on the back of her leg, and she's kind of in recovery right now. Didn't have the surgery. Still debating about it because one of the treatments can be just basically rest and let the capsule around the knee heal, and it actually will heal itself. So we're kind of in limbo. I don't want to cause unnecessary harm because once she's had surgery, it's going to be a long road recovery-wise, and then all the rehab that has to happen. And in the meantime, they can't play, you know. So right now, I feel like I can manage their play where they have a little bit of chance to interact and do a little tug of war. You know, I just got to stop most of the rough housing and until that knee completely heals. And the other thing I've been doing is I've been slowing up too much of her pain medication unless she really, and she really doesn't whimper a lot, but if she is in pain, and she'll let you know. That dog will come to you and she'll give you those sad eyes and like, okay, it's time to... But the reason why I don't do that is because it masks the pain, and then she comes out here while I'm at work or something, and she'll just start roughhousing too much and re-injure her knee. So I'm very, very careful about over-medicating or even taking away all the pain to where she just starts to re-injure herself. So no, that's fine. I mean, it happens. I mean, these dogs, you do your absolute best to prevent everything you can from ever happening to them. But just the reality is that they're dogs and they have their independent thought animals. And, you know, we train them as best we can, but you can't be around them. Unless you're retired or independently wealthy, you really can't be around them 24/7. There's a time where they have to kind of be alone and do things on their own. And sometimes they make choices like to play too rough or whatever, and it can cause some issues. So word of advice, if you can afford it, please get some pet insurance, because it's on these big dogs. It's well worth it. I mean, we've used that insurance quite a bit, and very, very happy that we have it. Could you tell me how to train my dog? Protection training at home, please. Well, I'm not a trainer, so is your name Bowie? I'm not a dog trainer. I'm just a regular guy who has some big dogs. But I will tell you this: being a big dog owner, you end up being somewhat of a trainer. And but protection training is not something that we necessarily do, because these breeds are naturally protective of their own property. So in their minds, everything that you see behind this gate and behind that gate is theirs. And so anyone that comes up to the property that they don't know, they instinctively will go into protection mode. Same thing with inside the house. They're not fans of people they don't know coming into the house. One thing is, if you feel like your dog is overdoing it, then I would suggest you socialize your dog with strangers, and have friends come over the house and get them used to that. But if you're strictly only about the protection aspect of them, of having big dogs like this, the big protective breeds, then just be careful how you do that. Just let them know that, hey, my dogs are more for protection, they're more for guarding, and they're not meant to be friendly with everyone. And you have to explain it to people, because people sometimes they just instinctively see this big old cuddly thing and they just want to go right to it, and they're like, hey, give me my dog, new dog. And if you do that with a dog like this and they don't know you and they're not socialized, it could be a bad thing. It could be a very bad thing. Do they bark a lot? They do whenever they see strangers. So they're not happy when they don't know somebody come close to the house. They'll bark pretty well. Okay, bro, it's fine. Swallow. What are we saying? They don't swallow. They don't swallow it when there is their bone right next to it. I'm a little bit concerned about the comments here. Sometimes there are hard plastic straps, and it's clearly not designed for dogs. They swallow it. It can do a lot of damage. Oh, okay. So you're talking about the plastic part? Yeah. So I don't know. Do you guys see anything that's harmful here? Because yeah, I mean, I was gonna pick up the trash a little bit later, but I don't really see anything that's too bad. I mean, they seem to be doing okay right now. I try to keep a good close eye on what they put in their mouths. Mainly her, because she's the one that will ingest inedible things. This guy, he's not. He's really particular about what he eats, and even food. Like, we go somewhere to the store or somewhere, and you know how the clerk will be like, hey, do you want to give your dog a treat? And this guy will be like, I don't know about your treats. Like, he'll take it and he'll put it on the ground and ignore it. It's like, he's very, very particular about what he eats. The plastic is harmful. You're talking about this stuff here? Or you're talking about the toys themselves? Cane Corso and Rottweiler, nice. Yes, picky eater. Yeah, definitely he's a picky eater. NGE, hello, what's going on? What's going on, Meredith? How are you? Bella and Malinois are a lot of work. Constantly gotta be wheeling and training them, walking and training. Okay, yes, that is very true. And I would say that, to some degree, any dog needs some amount of exercise daily. If you don't provide it for them, they're gonna make their own games up, or they're gonna do whatever they can to burn off the energy. So for me, on a good day, when she's healthy, and when he's doing well, we will go out and we'll go a community run. And so I don't run with them. I tried to in the past, but they get a little distracted. And if they're distracted and I'm like struggling with my run, it's rough. So the way I get around it, I just get the golf cart over there, and I put their leashes on, and then I let them run, and I can focus on their protection and making sure that they're focused on the run and not anyone else in the community or any other dogs. And that's worked out beautifully. They get a fantastic workout. Thank you, Meredith. I appreciate that. They get a wonderful workout once, and they do about a mile, sometimes a little less, depending on how fast we go. Like, if they want to sprint, and she's the main sprinter. This girl, the Rottweiler, she's all about the sprints. He just wants to do the slow mile-and-a-half stroll in the neighborhood. And when I say slow, I mean he's going about a 6 mile per hour pace, 5 to 6 mile per hour pace on average. Whenever they sprint, they can get up pretty fast, like 10, 12 miles per hour. But for the most part, they like to go kind of slow. Everyone liked this video. Thank you, Fear. I appreciate you. I think it's Fear Venom. Sarah says, Ken, we took one for a family member a few months to train. Their heart was in the right place, but they are better suited to a working life. Some of these dogs are definitely working dogs like we have here. If they don't have a task, if they don't have, are you itching, buddy? Something get on you in the grass? Rainy Bop, don't look at, so he's looking at her bone. He's like, oh, I wonder what her bone tastes like. I appreciate you, Fear. That's awesome. Fear's doing amazing. Thank you for your support. He's like, I got 5 people to like this video. Thank you so much. I imagine him on a skateboard yelling and walking my dogs. Suman, you want to see my face? It's not a pretty face, but hello. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I guess. So Nick is asking about I feed the Connie Corso. So right now we're just doing kibble only, and the main reason we're doing kibble is because I prefer to do whole foods, raw diet. That's what I prefer to do, but we haven't gotten around to making that a full 100%. And with him, and I did try, don't get me wrong, I did try, but he's, like I said, he's very, very picky. And I have to be careful if he's not eating a certain, because your raw diet has to be proportioned a certain way. Like you can't just have all bones or all organ meats or all cartilage. You got to have a mixture of the right things. And if your dog is being picky about what they eat and what they don't eat, they can have a nutritional deficiency. So I prefer, and I will definitely promote anyone who's figured out how to do a raw diet for their dog. It's whole food. It's not processed. I think that's wonderful. But just my dog is a little picky sometimes, and so we have to be very careful. Now, the Rottweiler, I think she'll do fine on a raw diet. But I definitely thumbs up the raw diet if you can make it work. I'm still going to be in the stream. I'm just not going to chat. Okay, Jacob, thanks for hanging out with us, and it really helps. The support is awesome. I appreciate y'all. Stop the kibble. You're killing your dog. Yeah, I know. I confirm of research. Yes, definitely research. If you want to do a whole food kind of raw diet, please do the research before you do that. I do not recommend you just not having any knowledge and jumping in and grabbing that, going and grabbing some, beef and some bones and throw it in there like, all right, my dog's fed. They need a little bit more than that. So just be very, very careful when you do the research. Can I pet that dog? You certainly can, Alice. What about this big dog here? You want to pet this one? Yeah, there you go. A said yes, absolutely. Do your research. Here's one for the Stormy. She's like, I'll stop biting just so I can get some pets. So he's always jealous of what she has. So he's like a little brother, okay? She's the oldest, and anytime she gets something new, he's got to check it out. He's like, what is it that she has that I don't have? I mean, he had a perfectly great toy here that he's using, chewing on, but then he wants to know what she's got going. Do you think Belgian Malinois or German Shepherds is more suitable for first-time owners? I'm going to be honest with you. I would not necessarily jump up. I mean, if you've never had, I'm assuming you've already had smaller dogs, but definitely, I personally would recommend starting. And that's what we did. My wife and I started off with a small dogs first until we learned a little bit more about dog behavior, learned about training a little bit, and setting boundaries. All those things are very, very important, even when you have a smaller dog, because if you don't master that, if you jump up to these bigger dogs or like a Belgian Malinois or something that has like a lot of energy and has plenty of time to do whatever it wants to do all day long, if you don't know what you're doing, it can be a real problem in your household. So for my wife and I'm gonna speak for me because there's gonna be various opinions on how to do this. But we started off with a small dog. We actually went to like one of those pet stores to do the training with. Just because we just knew that we needed some help with that. And my wife has kind of been working with dogs since she's a high schooler. So she had a nice foundation. I didn't have a foundation when it comes to training. So they taught us how to use that clicker thing, you know. So basically, you're giving them a cue whenever they do the right thing. If you tell them to sit and they sit, you get do the click and then you treat them right. And so that was a nice foundation for us learning how to train your dog. And invariably, you learn the kind of the behaviors that dogs um, have, and and what they, because a lot of what they do is nonverbal. Okay, so I'd say most of dogs' behavior is nonverbal, and if you're not picking up on the nonverbal signs, you can, you know, get yourself in a bind, especially with the bigger dogs that can cause and inflict harm on people. So you got to be careful. My super chat is glitched. Uh-oh. A says there are a lot of work in Napoleon Master. We have a home. He's have one. I think I have one at home. 14 months old. Every day we learn a big journey. It's like a lot of you're not ready to have a large dog. It could be a lot of work. Yeah, I think that's true. Is that, you know, if you're in the market for one of some of these bigger dogs, please watch people like me and A, or I don't know if A has a station or not, or channel, and kind of get a feel of how it is to work and live with these big dogs, because it may be you could be biting off more than more than what you want to chew. Because number one, they are expensive. You know, they're expensive, especially if you're trying to get like a reputable breeder. Now, rescue dogs are different, but you know what I mean. If you're in the market for, your family wants a Rottweiler, a purebred Rottweiler, or a Cane Corso, it's going to cost you money up front. You know, thousands of dollars. Just put that in your mind. It's going to cost you. Okay. Some of these other kind of these puppy mills may lower the price, but be very skeptical. If you start seeing somebody trying to give you a dog and the price is way below the competitors, unless it's like a family member or a coworker or something like that, where you understand that they're not trying to, you know, just make money. Just be very careful. And then, but yeah, and then the other thing is just watch a lot of videos, watch a lot of the professional trainers. Like, we will probably watch hours and hours of Cesar Milan and, you know, Canine Cali. The guy's awesome. I mean, those people really help guide you on the basics when it comes to understanding your dog. Let's see. Ace says, sorry, my spellings. Okay, what happened? Which country are y'all from? So Suman, is it Suman? Suman, we're in Texas. We're in the United States. So Ken is from London. All right, London in the house. I kind of want to go to London. I'm gonna be honest with you. Would not mind hanging out in London for a little bit. Scotland in the house. Sarah's from Scotland. Woo! Scotland. JM Victoria Stilwell. Vanessa. Good morning, Vanessa. How are you? So A is in Massachusetts. Oh, where it's probably cold right now. Well, I don't know if it's cold right now because it's the middle of summer. You guys probably are just as warm as it is here in Texas. Usually I'm going Sunday mornings at 8:30. It's pretty much my go-to time and I do that mainly because I have a lot of people that's been following us since day one, and I really want them to see these dogs grow up. It's nice watching them from puppies to middle to full-grown adults, and just, you know, you can kind of get the life of a dog in a very short time, and not just the good parts, you know what I mean? Because so a lot of times the fanfare, and I've done the fanfare, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of short videos that are just more about the barking and the protection and all that stuff, and it gets the clicks and the views, and I appreciate that a lot. But I'm talking about mainly just what it is when it's up and when it's down. What is life like when you're, almost fell, sorry guys. What is it like when your dog is not doing what you're asking to do, and they're a big dog like this? It's not the same as a little one where you can just kind of pick them off the floor and stick them in the kennel, you know what I mean? If you have that relationship with your dog, they will respect you, and there's certain lines that they shouldn't cross with you because they have that respect for you. But if you don't establish that, and then you try to correct a dog that's this big and you haven't established that relationship, that's not going to end well for you, unfortunately. So Bowie's like, oh, Bowie's in Vietnam. Okay. Hey man, and enjoy your rest, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you. What's your dog's breed? So this is a Cane Corso and a Rottweiler. Marv says, I'm from Brazil. Brazil is in the house. I have a big one too. Lovely. Awesome. Thanks, Marv. Megan, I have a dog, but what's your dog's breed? Yeah, Rottweiler Cane Corsos. James says, James from Northern Ireland in the house. Yeah, James, what's going on? Sumani's from India. Much love from India. I can't, I'm trying to, I got it. The phone, here's one half and here's the other half of the heart. Pink's flower says, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Pink. I appreciate that. Vancouver, Canada. Gina is from Vancouver. Thanks for hanging out with us. Does your dog try to bite on the bed when they don't get their way? This started to do, um, one started to do that after it's neutered, so it's stressful. We make him sleep without his bed because he can swallow a chunk. So yeah, those sometimes dogs figure out ways to retaliate, and that's probably one of the most frustrating things because every dog has their own personality. Not every dog will, do temper tantrums like other dogs will, or protest, or not every dog is that way. Like between the two, sometimes he'll be the one that kind of like says, "No, I'm not doing it." He has a strong will. Not, my Rottweiler does too to a certain degree, but she's very sensitive to correction. Like she's not interested in being in trouble. You know what I mean? And she will definitely shy away from the very appearance of about to get into trouble. So if I raise my voice, she's really going to respond to that very well. Him, on the other hand, he kind of like wants to double check. Are you serious about it? Like, do you really mean it? Because if not, I'm gonna continue doing what I want to do. And you're like, no, sir. So you got to be really persistent when you're training this guy because he will challenge you. And it's not like you correct them when they're 4 months old and when they're a year and a half that it stays the same way. You have to kind of keep it going. Case in point, today I'm gonna do some little bit of like treat training with them, and I hadn't done it in a very, very long time, so it's a good experiment to see how well they've maintained their ability to follow instruction with treats. So in just a second, I got a whole bag of stuff. Let me show you actually. This is what we're gonna do training treats with today. These little guys here. I hope I can open this up with one hand. Yeah, so these are kind of small treats. I don't want to overdo it. They haven't had breakfast and they haven't had a workout. But so we're going to just kind of break those in half. All we need is just a little bit just to get them to be interested in what I'm saying. And the idea is, one is they get used to listening to me. Number two, they develop patience. And just it's just a good way to connect and bond with your dog when you train them like that. Okay, so like right now, they're just having like a free play. They're just doing whatever they want to do. They're having fun, chewing on their bones, and just doing their thing. Not because it's be still, well, it's hot. Or just, Ken says, or I'm not sure what, maybe Ken talking about something else. My daughter picked the dog from my son and he started seeing signs of protecting his meals. It was very scary and we were sad and disappointed. So she didn't do her research and now I feel bad. Yeah, that's that's a huge point. So one of the things that I have done is made sure that the message is, this is my food as a human being, and I allow you to have this food because I love you. But it's my food because it's really an issue of possession, right? Because in their minds, they're like, this is mine, okay? This is not yours. I own the food. So you have to kind of give them the message that it's not their food, it's my food that I'm giving to you, okay? And one way you can do that is, number one, is you make them wait. You don't pull the food down and immediately let them eat. Nope, you wait. You wait until I say you can have the food. And I will give it to you, but you must be patient because it's my food. So if they don't see you as having ownership of that food, then they will retaliate, especially if you try to take it away or make a motion to grab the food or any kind of way. They're like, you're not allowed to do that. This is mine. Okay. Most things that you encounter with these dogs is really about them saying it's theirs. Like, say for instance, this is a toy that he's been playing with all day, right? Okay, this toy is it's his, right? It's all his. And theoretically, if I put my hand down there, he should bite me, right? Not really. And the reason why I say that is because I've trained him to realize, look, I'm going to take this from you. You're not going to get it back. That's how this is going to work. This is how it is in my house. Everything here is mine. So, he's like badgering me, but I'm not in any danger of losing anything, or my hand or anything. He's not going to take it away from me. But notice how he sat down. He's like, can I please? So now he's asking for it. So here you go, buddy. Good job. Same thing with the Rottweiler. What you got? Do you got something that you want? Okay, so she's actively biting this. So watch this. Just take it right from her. This is mine. And look at her face. She's like, ooh, can I have it back? And he's looking too, because he's been wanting this all day. Okay, that's an important skill. Now, this is something I didn't like develop this today. This is something that's been developed since she was a puppy, right? So he thinks he's gonna take it away from her. So watch this. Move, back, back, back. Here you go. There you go, sweetie. So here's another thing. You don't just yank it away from my hand. You nicely take it. There you go. Good girl. So I'm just setting boundaries, right? I'm just saying, look, you will treat me with respect. You will be nice to me, and I will take it whenever I want to. That's just how that works. I know it may seem a little bit cruel, but this is that nonverbal dog language that I was telling you about. Here's an example of him biting. He's actively biting it. Watch this. Take it right out of it. And he's looking at me like, hey, can I have it back? You can. Do you want this back? Sure. I love you, so you can have it back. Anyway, so those are small things like that that you have to kind of have with bigger dogs like that. If you don't have that level of respect, they don't have that respect for you, they'll let you know. Your dogs will let you know if they don't see you as the alpha, because they would have been and bit my hand off. They would have been upset at me for taking their toys that they're actively enjoying. But that's an important skill that they have to have. So let me go to the comments. He's a beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely, Abe. Fishing in Bentley. Good job. Thank you so much, Fishing. What to do right now? I'm on the phone watching your video, and he comes to my face and yapping and yapping and yapping. We feed him. He went back home. We play with him. I don't know why. So, I mean, I wonder if he's getting enough exercise so that he may actually need to go on a long walk, or depending. You say it was a big dog. So, that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about that bag. But so whenever I take my dog on the golf cart, like they're not riding on the golf cart, they're running on the ground. They'll run for a whole mile and a half, and that is enough to make this big dog burn out all that energy. So once we're done, he's not yapping at anybody. He's trying to find him some water. He's trying to find somewhere to lay down, and he'll be chill. Especially, and here's the other main trick that I do. I don't feed them before they exercise. No food, none. Because number one, it's dangerous for them. Their stomach can actually, like the kibble and the water can slosh around, and it can cause a twist, and it's called a gastric volvulus. But then, and of course, once that happens, the vessels are cut off and it dies, and it can cause your dog to die. So no food before they work out. But after they're done working out, then they eat, and then they go into rest and digest. So basically, they're exhausted, they burn out all the energy, and they've had a good meal, and now it's time to just enjoy life. And that is the sweet spot. That's the sweet spot. Do they fight for food sometimes? No, actually they don't. We keep them, they have their own, I feed them in their kennels. Actually, all of our family does. My wife, my daughter, we all feed them in their kennels. So immediately when it's time for food, they're directed to go to their kennels, and they wait while we make their food, and then we individually hand them one by one. We don't really put them, I know some people can train their dogs where you have their bowls right next to each other and they can eat on command. I think that's fantastic. For us, we just keep them separate. The little one goes in her little closet area. She actually eats in the laundry room. And these two have their big kennels in the living room, and they go to their individual kennels. And I like it that way. And so if they don't finish their food, what I do is I close the kennel door, and that keeps the other dogs from being too curious, and no conflicts. We don't want any food conflicts in the house. Because again, like I said, we're gone at work sometimes in the daytime, so I can't regulate their food while I'm at work. So I have to keep it where it's safe, where they keep them, they're stay out of trouble is all I'm saying. So Eric says, I love your dogs. Thank you, Eric. So cute. While I started to do that, I believe it works little by little, was just getting used to it. Good idea. Yeah, that's how we do it. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get around to showing you guys the test I was referring to, because I hadn't done this in a very, very long time. And the results may not be as pleasing as I want them to, but that's why I have the live show, is because sometimes people show you all the positives and all the happy stuff, and they don't show you when things don't go as well as planned. So I'm going to try to open this up with, oh God, I'm not going to be able to open this up with one hand. Let's try it. Okay. So he's sniffing. He's like so curious. So if you have a Cane Corso, these guys, these guys are very, very curious about everything. Like you can't move a muscle without them feeling some need to figure out what exactly is going on. Am I going to get this open, y'all? Look, I'm just going to rough it. rough it. There we go. All right, so now we got our training treats. Now you say, why don't you just, oh, these are kind of rough, kind of tough. I think they'll like it. A lot of people just give their dogs willy-nilly treats. Posit that you really should make them work for it. I'm not gonna be able to break these in half very easily. So let's see what we can do. Let's start with something basic. We're gonna start with a sitting command. So I'm gonna need more than one treat, I think. Actually, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna do recall and then I'm gonna do sit. So I'm gonna put a lid on this, and let's see. Storm, Rain, come here. Good boy. Oh, he's already sitting. He already knows the drill. Here you go, buddy. Good job. Storm, come here. Sit. Good girl. These are new. I know. You hadn't had one of these before. She's also double checking to make sure there's no medicine in it, because she's been getting a lot of medication this past year, like her, heartworm stuff. So she's like very, very cautious of what she gets. But once they realize this is all treats, they're gonna be good. Okay, so that worked out pretty well. The recall is good, but we pretty much had faith in their recalls. But let's test them a little bit. Let's see if we can make them sit and wait for something. All right, let's get some more treats. We need some more ammunition. More ammunition. Okay, so I got plenty of them here. Okay, watch out, buddy. Watch out. We're gonna put a lid on this. All right, guys, we're gonna see how much y'all can sit. So sit. 1 and 2. Stay. Okay, so far so good. My dog has medication. So far so good. Storm, Rain, come here. Good. You were here first, so you get it first. Okay, good job. So that was pretty good, actually. That wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad at all. She's got that little limp there I was talking about. You have a beautiful garden, actually. Thank you so much. I've been working on my garden. It's probably over there. Is what you're talking about, I guess. Okay, so let's try this another one. So this one's a little bit tough. This one is a little bit more tough, okay? Because it seems like we've mastered the whole sit and the recall command, but this is where it gets challenging for us, and this may not work. So I'm going to put them in a seating position, and I'm going to call them individually and make the other one work. That's a huge deal because they are very jealous of each other, right? But it's a great skill to work on because when I call one, I don't need both to come, okay? Because in their minds, they think that if I call one, the other one get a treat as well. So they reinforce the idea that, hey, look, if I just show up, I'm gonna get something. So we're gonna try to work on, and he's pretty much, they're both, I shouldn't even say that, they're both jealous of them. So let's see what we can do with individual names. So they're already in a seating position. There's no need to do that. So stay. We're gonna leave them there. All right, let's see who's gonna be the one to come without the other. Rain, come here. Sit. Back. Nope. Back. Sit. See how she's very sensitive to correction. Nope. Back. Sit. Storm, come here. Good. So you can see she had like a little patience. She had about maybe, 10 seconds before she decided she'd take matters in her own hands. So I tried to correct her. We're going to do it again, but this time we're going to make him sit and see how well he does. Okay, we need some more ammunition, guys. More ammunition. So sorry if I'm not getting the comments. I'm really focused on the dogs and their behaviors while I'm doing this. So I apologize. I haven't really read the comments yet, but I'll get back to the comments. Sit. Sit. So I usually try not to repeat commands because they understood what you said the first time. Stay. They understood you very well. So you don't really have to repeat yourself. See, who did I call last time? I called Rain, right? So let's do Storm. Storm, come here. Stop. Sit. Good girl, come here. Sit. Sit. Rain, come here. You see how they like really sit? They call one, the other one shows up. So they are doing their best to defy what I'm saying. And see, she got defeated and walked off. You see that? Bad attitude. Either that or it's the sun. It's kind of hot out here. She got offended, y'all. She's like, I can't believe you gave him a treat, not me. I even came up to you and sat down. She's very emotional, y'all. My Rottweiler's very emotional. Okay, let's get back to the comments because, sorry, guys. Patsy says, hi, what's going on, Patsy? Lemon, what's going on, Lemon? AABB says they are very well behaved. Well, we're working on it. James Gray, oh, your message was retracted. Fishing in Bentley, does one you say jump? Do they jump? Oh, they don't. I don't really do the jumping command. I mean, they're kind of bigger dogs, and I mean, they can. I mean, the reason why I don't do that is just I don't want to give the impression that it's okay to jump around me, because if they start jumping on you, they can knock you over. These guys are big, so I just and I'm sure you can probably train that in a way where it's safe for you, but for me, I just don't even bother. I just like, you know what? I'm not trying to get my dogs to jump because it's just not. And then plus with her knee, Storm, come here. I'm just doing recall with her. Good girl. That's a good girl. Give her a treat for that. That's amazing. Good job. Good Stormy. And Rain's like, what about me? I was here all the whole time. Vanessa said, have a good day. Hey, thank you, Vanessa, for hanging out with us. Let's see. Is it Pabla and her dog Bluey? What's going on? Good morning. Julia Graves says, good morning. Hey, Renee, my dog love Marrowbones. Okay, sorry. I was thinking in Spanish there. Sorry. You have a beautiful garden. Okay, I already read that comment. Noah Clark. Good morning. What's going on, Noah? I have a lovely Weimaraner. The only problem is training them have a mind of their own. Well, James, you know what, man? You got to keep at it, man. Keep at it. Don't let them defeat you. You stay with it, because you're gonna. The more you stay and persist, the better they are. I'm telling you. You just have to kind of. And every dog is different. Some dogs just love to be trained, and they're pick it up really, really quick. Other dogs repeat, 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 repeat. Like this guy here, he just likes to be told over and over. Is the little one coming out? Oh, look who's here, y'all. Look who's here. Look who's here. You can't see her yet, but let me show you. Watch this. Missy. Come say hi. Come say hi, Missy. Come here. Come say hi. Mama kick you out? Uh-oh. Here comes Storm, and they hear Missy's name, so they're all like, oh, we don't want her to get all the attention. We want the attention too. Let's go find Missy. I'll introduce you guys to my little one. She's the boss. She's boss lady. Come here, boss lady. Come here, boss lady. My yard's a mess, guys. I apologize for the mess. Hey, boss lady. Hey, little Missy. What's up, little Missy? Say hello. Tell everybody hello. Come say hello. Let's see your face. Yeah, it's just little Missy. We got little gnats everywhere flying around. Okay. So big dogs, I think they're getting hot. If I'm not mistaken, the big one, the Cane Corso, went inside the house and probably went and laid down and got some water. I guess little Missy had to go to the bathroom, y'all. She's like, I gotta go. And no dogs are left. They're all left. Okay, it's just me. Okay, we can hang out with Missy then. Let's go see what Missy's up to. Oh well. Now it's just the me show now. Me and the Missy. Missy, let's talk to America and the world. Actually, I'm saying, what am I saying America for? There are people here from Scotland and from everywhere. So Missy was one of our first dogs we've ever owned. She's actually about 13 years old, so she is a very elderly dog. You can kind of see a little gray in her muzzle. She's been with us a very, very long time. We learned a lot about training with her. And that's why I said it was a lot easier going from this dog to this dog, because once we had the skills to help her out, then the skills with him was just the same thing, but just on a little bit bigger scale. So the big dog came back out. What country do you? So Haley, we are in the United States. We are in Texas, Central Texas to be more specific. Texas. Yeah, that's why I'm wearing the cowboy boots, y'all. I'm Texan. What did you bite your lip? Looks like he bit his lip, y'all. I see his little red over there. Zane White says, "Nice dog. Thank you so much." Kyranda Duval says, "How do you feel about using a treadmill to exercise?" I love it. So, is it Kyranda? Is that you say your name or Kyranda? Kyranda, I use the treadmill probably every fourth or fifth day with this guy. He is my treadmill runner, and I don't do it just because it's funny to watch my dog on a treadmill. I do it because he needs that exercise. And if I have to be at work early, sometimes I don't. It's too dark to be out here on the golf cart, in the streets. So I just put him on the treadmill, and it works out beautifully. He doesn't. He prefers to run outside, like a lot of us humans do, right? But for the most part, it gets the job done. And the only thing I need him to burn off the energy so that he's a more pleasant, he's more balanced, and he's a happier dog. So that is what we're after. So kudos to the treadmill. Fishing in Brittany. So did she like raise the dogs with you? Are you talking about my wife? Yes, she did. Oh, I'm sorry. You mean Missy? Missy? Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry. I wasn't tracking what you were saying. Fishing. Missy was very instrumental in helping train because a lot of times the dogs follow the older one or the one that's more dominant. Whatever they do, they kind of sometimes jump in line. Not every time, but it's helpful to have one dog demonstrate the behaviors that you're after, and the other ones will in fact follow suit. It just makes it easier. And the opposite is also correct. So when one dog is misbehaving, it gives the other dogs the courage to do the same thing. So that's what makes it a little bit challenging sometimes when you have two big dogs. And sometimes I just have to train them individually. I just take them separately, one at a time, because I already know that once one dog gets off path, the other one follows suits, and they tag team. So one dog does something bad on the left, and then so you try to control the guy on the left, and while you're doing that, the one on the right starts kicking up, and then that one starts to, you know what I mean? So they tag team, and they end up getting off track. Ken, apparently Texas is so big, one can fit the whole UK in 12 times over. No wonder it took me nearly 3 days to get from one end to the other. Yeah, Ken, that's Texas for you. It is a massive state. It is massive. And I've lived in almost every area of Texas. I lived in East Texas where it's nice and green and it rains, and the Tyler area. And I lived in North Texas where it's a little bit colder. We get a little bit of snow here and there. And then I lived in West Texas where it's dry as a bone, and you get almost no rain. And now I live in Central Texas where it's kind of it gets some rain, but oh man, we could use a lot more rain. But the temperatures are pretty moderate in the wintertime. That's probably one of the reasons why we like being here is it'll be in the 70s during November and December. It doesn't really get cold. The first freeze sometimes doesn't even happen till January or February. So your growing season, if you have plants and stuff like that, your growing season is a lot longer here in the Central Texas. So yeah. Anyways, Ultrafine says nice Corso. Thank you. A pit bull named Princess without a leash. What's going on? A pit bull without a no. You need leashes. Leashes are important, guys. Leashes save lives. If you have a pit bull, make sure you have a good leash. And this is the one I use, guys. I use this slip knot type thing, where it basically, as they pull away from you, it gets tighter. And of course it has a little safety part. So you see that little buckle there? That buckle means that it can only go that tight. It never goes any tighter than that. And then the other one, of course, keeps it from falling off their neck. But I love this leash, and that's all you need. Even with the big dog like that, is something like this. This is all you need. Wherever their head is going is where they're wanting to go. So you redirect their head, and you've got control. So we love those. I have both of them, both two leashes. And of course, I don't keep collars on them in the backyard because for us it's a safety hazard. We have so many things here that these dogs can get caught on with those collars, so we just don't keep collars on when they're at the house. And also the Rottweiler tends to bite the collars whenever they're playing rough. And we've already had an collar accident happen once. And we lost the dog to that. So we don't keep collars on at the house. It's only when we're out and about where we will put on the collar. And so far, so good. Everybody's safe and happy. Last question about the treadmill. How long do you run them on the treadmill until they stop? Karanda, I'm trying to make sure I'm saying your name correct. So for me, I've only done him because he's the main guy that needs the energy burn every day. He's the baby. He needs to get the energy out of him. But with me running him on the outside with the golf cart and walking him, I understand his limitations. And for him, he needs about a mile before he starts to tire out and wants to walk. Okay, so in my mind, his limitations are about a mile. So I don't really go any farther than that on the treadmill. Maybe 1.1 mile if I feel like he's still in it. But I'm adamantly watching him the entire time. What I don't do is I don't tie him to a treadmill and walk away and let it go. I'd never do that. I'm right beside him the entire run for him. And the reason why is because I'm monitoring him. I'm making sure that, because, he's stuck on that thing. It's not like he can get off. I mean, he can try, but if he's got and because I use the collar, the leash. And, and for me, the reason why I do that is because I don't want him to voluntarily cut his workout too short when he can continue to run. But for me, a mile is the most I give him. And I'll also give him an incline of about 6 to 7% until I notice that he starts to lag behind. Once he starts lagging behind and his back foot gets off the treadmill, like he's just getting more tired, I'll decrease the incline. I'll start to go down from 5 to 4 to 3% down to 1%. And by that time, we're getting close to the end of a workout, and then I'll just flatten it out to 0, and then cool him down. And I always, and every time when we're done with the workout, I don't let him get off the treadmill until I say so. I take the leash off him and I give him lots of love. I rub on him and say, good job, give him a positive reinforcement. He's going into the house. And give him a lot of positive reinforcement. And then I say, come down, and he comes down. And I try to make it a pleasant experience for him, so he continues to want to come back and not fight me every single time. But he knows that he loves to work out. He loves that benefit of having that energy release. So... But it looks like my dogs are trying to end. Yeah, no problem. That's how I do it. My dogs are trying to end the show. They're like, we're going inside. You can be out here by yourself. And the only reason why she's not inside the house is that she can't go through the doggy door. The doggy door is too big for her. So she's stuck with daddy until we go back inside the house. Best reputable Corso breed in the USA. So Ultrafine, I was lucky enough to have a coworker who she has a wonderful station too. I don't know, you may be familiar with her. She's got about 200,000 subscribers. Her station is called Ozzy the Cane Corso. But she is basically a Cane Corso enthusiast and has done a lot of research. And she found me a breeder out of California. San Diego, California, and I'm not sure that he continues to do that. I mean, he's basically all about the breed. Excuse me. And so he's done a lot of research on his own to make sure that he had, a good litter. And I was lucky enough to get one of those dogs. But definitely do your research. I want to say, if you have time, go visit her station and ask her that question, because I think she's also found a breeder out of Serbia, and because she has a new dog named Vito. And hey little girl, I'm saying big girl. But definitely check her out. Christine Payne, so cute. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Christine. Bro 100 said the pit bull name. Sorry, I read that comment. Sometimes in the morning in South Africa, it's 1 degrees. Ooh, that is too cold for brother, man. I'm not really a fan of like cold weather. I think the dogs appreciate Texas too, because they get to come out and play pretty much year round. They're not stuck in the house for almost any reason. Even if it snows out here, and it does occasionally snow in Texas. I think we had snow last year or the year before last. And those big dogs, they loved it. They came out here and played in the snow and went back into the house. Little Missy, she's not really a fan of cold weather. She'd rather stay inside the house, but she'd come out and do her business and go back in. But yeah, but yeah, that's one thing. That, like I said, one nice thing about Texas is that the weather is very, very conducive to having a lot of outside time with your dogs, and it's fun. You want a lot of love this morning, don't you? Yeah, she's really affectionate this morning. Yes, you are. Did one of your dogs ever get pregnant? No, we made sure that we controlled that because we didn't. We really wasn't trying to be breeders because that's a whole nother ball game when you have to take care of babies and trying to make sure they go to good homes. That's a stress that I just don't have the time to take on. So we didn't breed anything, and also with the Cane Corso being a male, we felt the need to. After about a couple years of hormones, we decided that it was too much for us because he was marking things inside the house and he was being a little too dominant, and so we just felt like his behavior was a lot better without the extra hormones. Hey, RK is in the house. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Harjot Brar. I think that's in Korean, I believe. I'm not sure. Korean or Mandarin, one of the two, and I just don't know what it says. But yeah, we've really had a nice time with these big dogs. We really appreciate having them. So guys, I mean, I guess the big dogs decided they were done being a part of this YouTube station right now. They're like, we're gonna go inside the house and chill, and they hadn't had breakfast. What are you eating on? Is there some residual treats you found? Did you find some old treats? Okay. In true Connie Corso fashion, no one can do anything without him knowing about it. He comes back out. As soon as little Missy found a treat to eat on, he's like, not under my watch. Oh, now she's guarding. She's like, don't you come near. Oh, look at this. She's taking possession of the treats and told him to stop and don't come close to their treats. These little dogs have the same behavior as those big dogs. If you watch closely, they do the same thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let her know it's not hers to possess. So watch this. Missy, watch out. This is mine. Nope. Nope. These are not yours. Rain, come here. Sit up here. Nope. Missy, sit. Good boy. So I'm taking away that power from her. But you know what, Missy? If you do some tricks, you can have one too. Let's see what you can do. Okay. Come here, Missy. Oh, okay. You want to lay down for me? Lay down. Now that's it. Lay. There you go. Roll. Good girl. That's a good roll. It's all for you. He's like, can you give me some more of those? He's like standing over the treat pot. Mary Jean, I'm sorry, Marie Jean Richardson, good morning. Fish and Bentley said hi. Yeah, I enjoy. I enjoy training my pups, but she's been really good. I have to admit, if you have a good dog, and is very obedient like her, in her old age, she's gotten more cranky, but that's a very good tool. We talked about this earlier. Use that dog to help you train the other ones, because they really do look for direction. They really need that leadership. So you use all the tools that you have to your disposal. If you have a dog that's doing really well and can follow your directions, let the other dogs witness and basically copy that behavior. It's good. But and also watch your signs. Read your dog's signs between each other, because if you're not watching their communication between each other, they can have a spat and you're not even pick up on it. So interject, redirect, and create a environment where your dogs can be happy together. Do you ever slip over row draw? I'm sorry. I'm missing what you're saying. Fishing. Do you ever slip over row? Mowgli, what's going on? Thank you for the love. Appreciate that. Hunter, what's going on? Galid, or Galid, said hello. So yeah, we're very, very happy. Big shout out. I don't know if Haas is around yet, but big shout out to Haas. They gave us a super chat last time, $100. So kudos to Haas. Haas bought pretty much all of the treats that we had. And ooh, what happened to the bones that we had earlier? Okay, so these are the bones, the new bones they got today. They're hiding in the grass. So basically, Haas paid for all this stuff for us. Oh, you finally got that bone that the Rottweiler had. Yeah, you can have it, buddy. He's like, can I have it? You sure? Okay, well, we're gonna put it over here. And we got some more toys too that I didn't pull out. I like to spread out, their toys, not do everything at once. So we got some more nice toys in here that they're gonna get a little bit later. I like this one because it is like rock hard. And for my Rottweiler, this is exactly what we need. It has a rubbery type exterior, but it is extremely hard. But if you notice, she's taking possession of the toys, and she's warning him not to come over here. So she keeps doing these dominant behaviors right before our eyes. If you're not paying attention to their signs, you're miss kind of what's going on. And now she's gonna guard. Watch, the Rottweiler's coming out now. Let's watch her behavior. See how she growls? And now she lunges out. Because in her mind, I had to jump in because I saw that coming. In her mind, these toys are hers. So I'm taking away that power. See how she's fixated? She's staring her in the eyes. The eye stare means don't come close. So when I correct her, her ears go down. So these are the dog behaviors that if you're not paying attention, your dogs can get into fights. So as long as they all understand this is my stuff and not theirs, everybody's cool. Rain. Buddy. Don't go over there. So I'm trying to do recall with him now. Rain. He's concerned that the neighbor's dogs are going to come out. So I'm going to leave these toys here, but I'm taking possession of it, right? So I'm displaying behaviors where they realize, no, Rain. See how he stopped. Come here, Rain. Rain. So that's kind of, it's a little bit disrespectful. He came back, which is fine. Storm. Now Storm's getting it. Here, let's jump in here. Nope. Back. So, so yeah, that's them deciding whether or not they would need to protect us from the neighbor's dog. And I'm like, you don't need to do that. But anyways, you try to show something and they change it up because this is all live, you know what I mean? So you sometimes you have to switch. You try to go for one thing, and if the dogs aren't going that direction, you could go with it. Either way, pay attention to your dogs, watch their signs, read their body language, and interact accordingly. You know what I'm saying? That prevents a lot of your scuffles and issues like that. So, all right, we're gonna put all these toys up, guys. Dana says, "Hey, what's going on, Negan the Savior? Why did you choose to be 3 dogs outside and not a human being?" Not sure what you mean by that. Draw, fishing and Bentley saying draw. I'm not sure what you mean by draw. All right, we're packing up everything, guys, and honestly, we're probably gonna eat breakfast. I might have to exercise the Cane Corso tonight because after he's done digesting, but it's probably food time for them. All right. Thank you, VIP. I appreciate it. It requires a lot of work, though. You've got to put in the time, and you'll get it. So, come on, guys. Let's go. We're gonna go inside and get some food. You guys hungry? All right, hey guys, thank y'all for hanging out with us. I appreciate y'all. Have a nice, wonderful Sunday. Come back next Sunday with us, 8:30ish, around about 8:30, and we'll do another get together. Thank y'all. Peace out, everybody. Peace.